Do you really show your cat love every single day? You'd probably say yes, but here's something nobody mentions. Most of the ways we express affection to our cats don't register with them at all. Honestly, some of the things you do daily, believing you're being a wonderful owner, could actually be driving your cat away. These 6 habits each take under a minute. But once you start practicing them, your cat won't just learn to trust you. They'll truly come to love you back. Let's begin with the one nearly everyone gets wrong. 1. Speak to your cat the way you'd speak to an infant. Have you noticed how your voice shifts the instant you address your cat? That high-pitched, soft, almost silly tone you'd never dare use around other people? Most people feel a little self-conscious about it. But here's the truth. Science suggests you should lean into it even more. A 2022 study out of the University of Paris discovered that cats can distinguish their owner's voice from a stranger's, but only when the owner used that gentle, high-pitched baby talk tone. When owners spoke normally in their everyday adult voice, the cats hardly responded at all. Yet the instant they shifted into that sweet, animated tone, their cat's ears perked up, heads turned, and they even drew closer. This tells us your cat isn't simply hearing background noise. They're identifying you specifically. And that recognition only happens when you talk to them the way you talk to someone you truly cherish. So every day, whenever you walk by your cat, whenever you feed them, whenever you notice them watching you from across the room, say something to them. The actual words don't matter. What matters is the tone. Soft, warm, gentle. That voice tells your cat, you're safe with me, in a way nothing else can match. And if you find this fascinating, just wait until we reach number 7, because there's a single spot on your cat's body that sparks something even more profound than voice alone. 2. This 3-second look makes your cat feel secure. Have you ever noticed your cat gazing at you, then slowly shutting their eyes? Most people assume their cat is simply drowsy. They're wrong. That slow blink is one of the most deliberate gestures a cat can offer, and it's aimed directly at you. In 2020, researchers at the University of Sussex put this to the test. They discovered that when owners slow blinked at their cats, the cats were far more likely to blink back and even move closer to them. Cats also responded positively when strangers slow blinked at them, though the reaction was strongest with their own owners. That small gesture genuinely transformed how the cat perceived the person in front of them. Consider that for a moment. No treat, no toy, no belly rub involved. Just 3 seconds of eye contact followed by one slow, intentional blink, and your cat interprets it as, I'm not a threat. I love you. Here's what makes this such a powerful daily ritual. Most of us look at our cats without realizing that, in feline language, steady eye contact without blinking reads as a challenge. It's confrontational. So every time you hold your cat's gaze without slow blinking, you might unintentionally be sending the opposite of what you actually feel. Build this into your routine. Every morning, every evening, whenever your cat's eyes meet yours, slow blink. Let your eyelids droop gently and hold for a beat. When they blink back at you, that's your cat telling you, I trust you completely. And if any of this is shifting how you see your cat right now, hit that like button and subscribe. That's how these videos reach more cat owners who want to love their cats the right way. 3. Most owners unknowingly bore their cats. Have you ever waved a toy in front of your cat only to have them stare at it like you were embarrassing yourself? That's not laziness on your cat's part. That's pure boredom. And it's happening in countless households every day. Here's something most owners don't grasp. Cats are natural-born hunters, wired to stalk, chase, pounce, and capture. That entire sequence means everything to them. But when you wiggle a toy back and forth in one spot at the same pace, you're cutting out every step that makes the game feel authentic to a cat. The secret is making the toy behave like genuine prey. Pull it away from your cat instead of toward them. Let it duck behind a corner. Have it freeze, then suddenly dart. Move it in unpredictable bursts. When your cat lowers into a crouch and their pupils dilate, you've awakened something deeply instinctual. And here's the part nobody mentions. A cat who experiences a real hunt every day doesn't just stay in better physical shape. They become calmer, more loving, and more connected to whoever gives them that experience. You become the source that fulfills their deepest instinct. That's not just entertainment. That's love spoken in your cat's native language. 5 to 10 minutes daily is all it takes, but those minutes need to feel genuine. Quit shaking the toy like it's a tedious task. Start moving it like it's something worth chasing down. Your cat will never see you quite the same afterward. 4. Simply sit beside your cat and observe what unfolds. What if the single most powerful thing you could do for your cat each day was nothing at all? Most owners assume bonding requires petting, playing, or handing out treats. So when they're sitting on the couch and their cat is across the room, it feels like nothing meaningful is occurring. But something significant actually is. Your cat is watching. The simple fact that you're nearby without asking anything of them speaks volumes more than any treat could. In the wild, cats only rest close to other cats they completely trust. They don't show affection by cuddling the way dogs do. They share space. That's the whole gesture. And that quiet act of coexisting is among the strongest bonds cats form with one another. When you sit near your cat without reaching out, without calling them over, without trying to force a moment, you're communicating. I want nothing from you. I just want to be near you. For a cat, that means everything. Stick with this daily, and you'll start to see a shift. At first, your cat might keep their distance, but gradually, that gap will shrink. They'll migrate to the same room, then the same couch, then settle right beside you. Not because you summoned them, but because they chose you. And in feline terms, being chosen represents the highest form of love. So tomorrow, give it a try. Sit down, read, scroll your phone. Do whatever you'd normally do. Just allow your cat to exist nearby with absolutely no pressure attached. You might be surprised by what happens next. 5. Never just touch your cat without warning. How do you typically greet your cat when entering a room? Be truthful. Do you just reach down and start petting right away? If so, you're skipping a step your cat has been hoping you'd learn all along. Cats don't experience the world primarily through sight. Scent comes first. Every interaction your cat has begins through their nose. When two bonded cats greet one another, they don't immediately start grooming each other. They touch noses first. That brief scent exchange is essentially a feline handshake. It says, I recognize you. You're safe. Now picture skipping that step and going straight for a head scratch. To your cat, it's comparable to someone they barely know walking up and hugging them without any warning. It's not painful, but it's startling. Over time, this teaches your cat to flinch rather than lean into your touch. Here's the daily practice. Every time you're about to pet your cat, offer one finger first. Hold it just a few inches from their nose and let them approach it. Let them take in your scent. Let them process who you are. When they press their face into your hand or rub their cheek against your finger, that's your cue. Your cat's saying, okay, I'm ready. This takes barely 2 seconds, but those 2 seconds completely reshape how your cat experiences your touch. You shift from being someone who simply pets them to someone who asks permission first. And cats never forget the people who ask first. 6. Stop scooping up your sleeping cat right now. Can you honestly claim you've never lifted your sleeping cat simply because they looked irresistibly cute? We've all been guilty of it. They're curled into that perfect little ball, looking utterly peaceful, and something in your brain insists, I have to hold that right now. The what feels like an act of love to you registers as something entirely different to your cat. Cats sleep between 12 and 16 hours a day, and that's not laziness. It's because sleep is how their bodies heal, process stress, and regulate their entire nervous system. Deep sleep, specifically, is when your cat is at their most vulnerable. Their defenses are completely down. Their muscles are fully relaxed. They picked that spot because they felt secure enough to vanish from the world for a while. Now imagine interrupting that state. Your cat is in their most defenseless moment, and suddenly they're hoisted into the air without any warning. Their heart rate spikes. Their claws extend. And even if they relax into your arms moments later, something has already been noted. That spot wasn't quite as safe as they believed. Do this often enough, and you'll start noticing a pattern. Your cat begins sleeping in spots that are harder to reach, under the bed, atop shelves, behind furniture. They're not becoming antisocial. They're shielding their sleep from the very person who keeps disrupting it. The daily habit here is the easiest one on this entire list. When your cat is asleep, simply walk past them.